The Indianapolis 500-mile race is a special event and as such has special procedures, one of those being for qualifying to determine the starting positions for the great race. Unlike typical IndyCar qualifying, which takes place over 4 sessions, the 2 group rounds, the Fast 12 and finally the Firestone Fast 6 all in one day, typically the day before the race. For the 500, qualifying spans across 2 days on the Saturday and Sunday, the weekend before the race. After the last of the many practice sessions in the week leading up to qualifying at the end of Fast Friday, drivers take part in a lottery, drawing numbers to determine the order which they will qualify in, with the driver picking number 1 obviously being first out on track and number 33 being the last driver to set a time. So in this example, the Penske number 12 of Will Power would hit the track first, with Ed Carpenter going out 34th and last. This is one of the many great traditions of the Indy500, with drivers' family and friends being involved in the occasion, and it being the only race where qualifying order is random, as with the other oval races, the order is determined by reverse championship order. Then it gets to Saturday morning and the start of the first day, where positions 13 to 30 are decided. Drivers go out on track alone and do their out lap, and then one more warm-up lap, and then they are given the green flag to begin their run. The qualifying run at Indianapolis consists of 4 consecutive laps, with the average speed over the laps being measured. The first 2 laps are typically the fastest, with laps 3 and 4 beginning to slow as the tyres wear and become hot, giving less grip and scrubbing more speed through the 4 flat-out turns. For the fastest drivers, there will only be a slight drop in speed throughout the laps. Once every entry has completed one run, the teams and drivers have the opportunity to have another attempt. It's important to note that only 33 cars can start the race, but more than that can attempt to qualify, as is the case this year with 34 entries, meaning one unlucky driver will miss out, just as Nolan Siegel did last year after crashing on his final run in qualifying, pushing to make it into the race. So those near the back will definitely go again to try and make it into the top 30 and confirm their participation for the following Sunday. But drivers that are a bit faster can also go again to try and get inside the top 12 and be able to fight for pole on the second day of qualifying. Drivers can do 2, 3, 4, how many attempts as they like, within the allotted qualifying time of 6 hours and 50 minutes. The pit lane is divided into 2 lanes. Drivers who enter the right lane can do another run. If it's an improvement, that becomes their qualifying ranking, and if they don't improve, then their original attempt remains. However, they have to wait until there are no drivers in the left lane, as the left lane gets priority, but comes with a cost. If a driver enters the left side, once they go into that lane, their previous attempt is voided, meaning that if they don't improve, the worst attempt still becomes their ranking attempt. For those near the back, forfeiting their attempt to get priority for another run isn't a massive risk, so would likely go into the left lane. But those in the mid-pack hoping for a top 12, giving up a run that has them in position to qualify for the race might not be worth it, so going into the right lane and hoping to get another attempt would likely be the best option. This can lead to some interesting moments where the driver in 30th, currently sitting in the right lane waiting to have another go without giving up their time, can be pushed into 31st and seeing their car moved over to the left to get out for another run ASAP. Although there's no limit to the amount of attempts allowed, meaning that a driver could technically finish a run, come into the pits, refuel, get new tyres and go out again, the engines are put under so much stress in qualifying spec that they need to be given time to cool off to extract the most power for another 4 laps. After the flag falls on the final runs of Saturday, those in P13 to P30 are locked into their positions and will start there for the race. The top 12 will fight it out for pole across 2 sessions on Sunday, with another session for 31st and below, fighting it out for the last row of the grid and to qualify for the race. Last chance qualifying is a 75-minute session and works just like the Saturday sessions, with each driver from 31st down getting one guaranteed run, with the same right and left lane rules applying. This is a new session, so all laps from Saturday are omitted and everyone starts fresh. At the end, P31, 32 and 33 are locked into the race, with anyone 34th and below failing to qualify and their dreams of that year's Indianapolis 500 ending. Fast 12 qualifying takes place before last chance qualifying, and you guessed it, it involves the top 12. For this, however, each driver gets just one attempt, with 12th from Saturday going first. Once everyone has completed their run, positions 7 to 12 are locked in, with the top 6 heading to the Firestone Fast 6. This takes place after last time's qualifying, but there is still a cool down period to allow cars to get to a suitable operating temperature, which includes laps behind the pace car so that air can pass through the cars. Again, every driver gets one 4-lap run, with 6th place from the Fast 12 session going first. The driver with the fastest 4-lap average taking the honour of leading the grid to green the following Sunday. And that's how qualifying works for the Indianapolis 500. A special procedure for a very special event, and 2 days of action that always provides entertainment, controversy and moments that go down in the vast history of Indianapolis. My prediction for this year is that although Penske won't be as dominant as last year, where they locked out the front row with the top 3 spots, the number 3 of Scott McLaughlin will take his 2nd pole in a row, followed closely by the McLaren of Pato O'Ward. Make sure you tune in for qualifying this weekend. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see you then.